today about pillow shams. When you're making the quilt, I want you to think about, or when you're purchasing the fabric to make the quilt, think about how that quilt is going to look on the bed. Whether you're making it for a twin size bed or for a king size bed, think about the home deck items that go along with the quilt, like a quilted Roman shade or a pillow sham. Today let's talk pillow shams. Okay, this one right here is made out of the Endeavor panel, or a panel in the Endeavor collection made and designed by Katia Hoffman for EBI Fabrics. And it's an easy translation to a pillow sham. What you're going to see in the store when you go to look for it is something like this. It's a panel. It's a 22-inch to 24-inch, usually the panels go. And they usually have a border on the top and the bottom. It doesn't look necessarily like a pillow sham right now. Okay, but what I did is I took it and I turned it sideways. All right, I turned it sideways, and this gives you a lot of different widths that you can go. For a king size bed versus a twin size bed, you're going to have a different width. So you're going to want to figure out the width that you want to make your pillow shams. Now, in order to make it, what I did is I just took off the borders. Okay, now if you look on these borders right here, if you wanted to add width, you can easily add the medallion. And the way Katia designs her borders, she makes sure she has seam allowance in there. So if you want to add in the medallion, you're not going to cut off the medallion when you go to sew the 1/4 inch seam. All right, so that's an easy way to add width. Now I wanted to frame it out a little bit, so I chose this all over print that is also in the Endeavor collection, and I put it on the top and the bottom of the piece. I also used it on the back of the pillow sham. Okay, so this is how it looks when I'm ready to quilt it. Now, when you go to quilt the pillow sham, you can do it on your domestic machine or load it on your long arm. All you need is a piece of batting or fusible fleece. You can put a piece of muslin or something like that on it as well. Use a walking foot on your domestic machine. And then just let the pillow sham dictate to you what to do. If you look in here with this pillow sham, I'll show you the quilting. I imitated what Katia already had going on in the fabric. I did the swirls and I did some geometrics, and I tried to play a little bit on the Dresden plate that she has going on there. Okay, so I just tried to imitate what was going on. Alright, so once you quilt it, then you trim it down, and what you're going to end up doing is putting on a ruffle on the edge. So let's talk ruffles a little bit. Ruffling, we're all scared of ruffling, but we do it and we try to hide it on the quilts. Okay, this is a time to let it shine. Alright, so what you're going to do, you're going to cut, I cut 6-inch wide with the fabric strips, and I folded it in half. All right, so then I don't have to worry about piecing it together or anything like that. Well, how do you find the length of your strips? What you're going to do is you're going to measure all the way around the pillow sham. So that's your length that you need of your ruffle. You multiply that times 1.5, and that's going to give you a dense enough ruffle, but not too full, something manageable. All right, now how to make it ruffle. An easy way to do it is put it on the machine, on your domestic machine, and do a basting stitch along the bottom edge of your ruffle. You can do that and then pull it through and gather it. We found with the length of that ruffle that it has to go all the way around the pillow sham, we found it very difficult to do. So what we did is we measured each length and we centered the ruffle and then just ruffled it in. It kind of gave it a pleated look, but I kind of like it. And we did this soft corner, so we didn't make it sharp around the corners. So what you're going to do is you're going to pin it to the top, all right? You pin your ruffle to the top. You can baste it down to hold it in. Now, let's talk about the back a little bit. You can put a zipper in if you like. I chose not to. I'm not the best at zippers, I have to admit. So what I did is an envelope type effect, okay? It's 2 pieces of fabric that overlap. So I want to show you with this fabric here. All I did was turned it over twice for a finished edge, okay? And then did it the same thing here. And I just made sure that it overlapped. And then this is going to be in the seam allowance on the edge of your pillow sham, so you can easily pull it through as well. So right sides together with the ruffle in there, the top and the back, and you sew all the way around, and then you pull it through. So that's how you make a pillow sham out of a panel fabric. Thanks for joining me. I'm Karen Gibbs.